What is up, everybody? We are back. We are Cinema 3D, and today, to kick off a new session of videos, we are jumping right into a DC Tears and Tears ranking list. We are going to cry. We're going to rank DC. I have a goatee now.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I heard Simon Pegg being thrown around.
No, a lot of people saying Simon Pegg, a lot of people saying Tony Stark, a lot of people... It's all John, actually.
It's all
Well, there's a lot of things being said by other people,
yes.
mainly John.
mainly John, yes.
So, here's the thing. We all love DC. Griffin, he told me the other day, he said, Sam, I love DC.
I did.
Yeah.
I did say that. those were the exact words.
He came up to me and said that. And then I said, you know what?
We were at the sauna.
And he just turned to me and said, what'd you say?
I said, I love the sauna and DC.
And DC. So then after...
That's what he took out of it.
After we're done with the sauna, we went and got a couple smoothies.
Yes,
and after we're done with the smoothie, I said,
American cheeseburger.
why don't we do a DC tier list? We're talking DC movies from 1966 till 1922, because that's what we found.
That makes no sense, but yes.
That's what we found. Those are the movies we're going to rank.
Yep.
I say we do it.
I don't.
We do it.
Let's do it.
Nowhere near does it look like it has everything.
Nowhere
but
near does it look like it has everything at all.
absolutely.
That's okay with me.
Yeah, it's
Don't worry, guys. It has Swamp Thing.
it's missing a lot.
We'll
Yeah.
be okay.
It's got some heavy hitters though, so I think we'll be good.
All right, we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be good.
So this one we're keeping it S tier to F tier because we don't care.
S tier to F tier because we don't care.
Actually, E shouldn't exist. I'm deleting that row.
Was it E tier?
A, B, C, D,
I guess so.
Oh,
F.
that's messed up.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So. Apologize.
Kind of scary.
Anyway, we are going to get right into this right off the bat. We're going to start with, kind of sad they didn't have Superman. What is it? Superman and the Mole People?
What?
Instant
Yeah.
F tier.
Or the two Batman serials.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to start with Batman 1966. Now, me personally, this is considered one of the first true superhero films, one of the first true theatrical superhero films. All the others are serials. This is a fully put together film for a television series, which was equally great, semi-disrespectful to Batman that the fans felt in the 1960s, but also introduced Batman into more of a familiar type territory. So what do we think of this film as a whole? Like the floor is open.
S tier.
I mean,
S tier.
yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely, it was definitely an important time for the Caped Crusader.
Very important time for Crusader.
You know, and now and the comics were also starting to be wacky and
They were
zany
getting the Silver Age was
Yeah, so
in
it's
swing
for sure the Silver Age. So like, yeah, I mean, it let's put it this way, like it's what made Batman popular for a while.
Yep.
But they thought of him as being, a campy thing, and then Tim Burton comes in and knocks it out of the park with 1989. So like, it was neat. Yeah. So it needed to happen to an extent. Now I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself with that statement though, because then you could also talk about the Joel Schumacher films with that. It's like, oh,
Well, then it bounced
we've
back,
had
it bounced back,
and you would
and-
get Chris Nolan stuff.
Yep. I mean, but
It's all
89 does not
perspective.
fit into that. It is
Because
all.
people who grew up with Nolan would probably think Tim Burton's are campy.
Then you got both of our parents, both of our
Both of our
dads
parents,
saying,
yeah.
no, Batman is this.
This is classic
That's
Batman.
And they
hilarious.
I
say,
can tell you, I watched that Batman 87 times as a kid.
Oh, so did I.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, out of us. I watched that all the
Oh,
time.
dude, I had the movie.
Yeah.
That we showed you.
Oh, yeah.
I had the movie.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we don't want to
Oh, yeah.
spend this
Yeah.
long on all of them, but I will say this.
No, yeah.
No, but
It's Batman.
Adam West
Yeah.
Iconic.
is
Iconic.
iconic, incredible. Love Adam West. Love him
Oh,
as
yeah.
Batman. But I feel like Cesar Romero
Yes.
doesn't get enough love for the Joker as the Joker.
Yeah,
True.
I
I
agree.
know that
The mustache is hilarious.
the mustache
beautiful.
hilarious, but I mean, he is fun.
Oh, he does.
He's a good Joker.
Oh,
He's a great
absolutely.
Joker.
He's got a good laugh. He's got
Yeah.
good-
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
Come on.
Honestly, yeah.
And Burgess Meredith as Penguin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And what's his name? Frank Gorshin as Riddler.
Oh,
I mean, it's a
gosh,
great
yeah.
cast.
They're all good. Yeah.
Fun movie to watch and great. Just like of one of the first Batman adventures. If I'm doing a Batman watch through, I have a hard time starting with 89.
You have to start with that one.
I gotta start with that. I would actually almost.
No, you got,
I
you
would
got
start
the back
series,
sharp
probably,
repellent.
but-
Like,
Yeah, no, like,
that's
you
what
can't
makes
see
it-
that.
I don't know.
The back get sharp repellent.
Dude, that is.
It's like it's out there, but it's also it just feels good.
Gosh, honestly, I want to watch that now. Oh my god,
I don't-
so
Oh, it'd be
long.
very high.
I don't want to give this film any disrespect, so I feel like this is a safe B tier.
Okay.
High up,
Yeah.
high beat.
I would say that.
I was
Stays high.
originally gonna put C, but I could easily put it in B as well.
Yeah.
Could you make this bigger?
Yes, since we haven't placed anything.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
Oh,
my lord.
And that's
There we go.
That's why.
All right, so we're going Batman B tier.
Yeah.
That's very fitting.
All right. Now we're going into a hard hitter. This is obviously one of the first theatrically released superhero films. This is the Snow White
Very.
superhero films.
Ah,
You know,
good
this is the
comparison.
template.
The original Snow White, not the new one.
The original Snow White, not the new
Yeah,
one.
I know.
This is the template for superhero films. This is the one that Kevin Feige says he goes back to before he begins making a film. This is one of the few films that Steven Spielberg said is one of the only superhero films that he considers to be one of the greatest films of all time.
Isn't it Nolan too? He said something about
Yeah.
Was it
This is
the
the one that
Yeah. This is what that template of the original Superman is what Nolan used for Batman Begins.
and Gunn probably.
Oh yeah.
you don't get Batman 89 without this. You don't get Spider-Man without this. You don't get the superhero film genre without this movie.
True.
And it is a perfect telling of Superman.
It really is.
I mean, down to everything about it, down to the theme, down to the look, down to the personification of the character. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about this film.
Dick Donner crushed this movie too.
Crushed this movie.
Ah.
It's insane. In 1978, following the hype of Star Wars and what this movie does and the origin story it tells, like,
Oh, yeah.
when we rewatched it, when we were doing our DC watch through, I didn't, because I watched this movie a lot growing up, but I didn't realize just how much detail
Oh yeah.
it goes into the buildup of Superman as a character. So this one, that's me just swinging for this film.
Yeah.
I want to see what everyone else has to say about it.
No,
Did you say where you would put it or no? Not
I
yet.
haven't said where I put it yet.
Okay. No, I think it's a man. I think it's a great superhero movie. Classic, like you said. Everything you said is accurate. I'm just trying to think of where to put it because, for me, it has to be in the top two. I just
Yeah.
don't know.
Is Dick Donner Superman 2? Well, no, you can't really put that in there. See, Dick Donner Superman 2 is definitely superior
I haven't watched it.
than the original. Oh, you haven't?
We only watch the theatrical version.
Yeah.
I know. I gotta watch it.
I gotta give you it. I'll just give you it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want, you just check it out.
It might be on Max as well.
It might.
That's true. There's a lot of stuff on Max.
It might.
I guess
But
I could say I would probably put it in A, but I could understand if you guys want to put it in S.
I would put it in this. I think it's the gold standard, man.
It's a gold standard.
Well, when you compare it,
yeah.
it to other movies, there's some movies that could be superior story wise and character wise and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
It's
though,
like-
it's
The DC thing, which I think Marvel only has one or two movies that I could say the same thing about. Well, in the MCU, but there's Spider-Man 2. But like what you said, no other films will be made if Superman wasn't made. You could say the same thing about 89. You could say the same thing about what Begins. I mean, those three movies, I guess Marvel's would be Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, X-Men.
But with the X-Men too, with that, it's I could see a lot of these great movies also being in S tier. That's the only reason why
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that. Griffin, what are your thoughts here?
I have not seen this movie.
That's why he stayed quiet.
This is me. This is me the entire time.
Well, there are a few here that I haven't seen as well.
he should have. As soon as he realized what he's
I
looking
hope they
at.
forget that I'm here.
Oh man.
John's going to be the
It sounds
factor
really
for
great.
a lot of these.
It just
No,
sounds
I would like to... All right, here's the problem, though. And here's something that I do need to see the Donner cut of this, because Superman 1 and 2 are essentially one film.
Yes. But Superman 2's Dick Donner film is literally, it's a different movie. It feels like what he wanted to do from what he's supposed to shoot both films back to back.
Yeah.
It's literally amazing. It's darker, but it's great.
I gotta see it. Man. And I love Superman 2. The theatrical.
So did I.
I really
we did
do.
too. But it has a little more comedy in there.
It's amazing that the Spider-Man trilogy is the Superman trilogy.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, even down to the third film.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
It's literally the Superman trilogy.
Somebody that was working for Marvel got inspired by DC.
What a concept.
Yeah, Sam Raimi also the Superman movies.
So I'm gonna go with S tier.
I would go S tier too.
All right, I understand.
Now for the next one, I can be a little bit more fair because this is the theatrical version. I haven't seen the Donner cut of it.
I put this at. I would at least put this in a. I would say A tier.
I would put it in A tier.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
You haven't seen it, right?
Yes, I've seen it. But now
It says the one who said Dark. You saw Dark Knight Rises
I've
first.
only
I
seen-
saw Dark Knight Rises first, then I watched Dark Knight, then I watched Batman Begins.
I mean,
disgusting.
that's pretty.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, but I at least like that you did.
I
that.
think I've only seen Superman 4. That's the only one.
Superman. oh man.
Okay.
Hey,
I think I've done that with the series. I just don't know which.
I've done it with a lot. I watched Home Alone 2 first before Home Alone.
That
I
hurts
saw
my
Home Alone
brain.
2 before
I
Home
can't.
Alone.
I can't process that.
Same.
I watched Monsters
Like-
University before Monsters Inc.
That's fine. That's a prequel.
It makes sense.
Kinda.
No, I don't
That's
know
a
that.
I
It's
still
a
don't like
prequel.
it.
No, man.
It's a prequel.
You watch the Star Wars prequels before the originals. I actually was thinking about that the other day. I was like, how do we introduce Justin to Star Wars?
He's
You
an-
watch Phantom Menace, even though you watch 4, 7, then 1. That was your order.
Yeah.
Justin
God.
weird.
Hey,
That's what it is.
So
I exist.
now here's the thing with Swamp Thing. I think John's the only one who's seen it.
I have not.
You've seen Swamp Thing? I was about to say.
I know about it.
There's
The
2
original.
Swamp Thing movies.
We need to have a
Yeah.
category for never seen.
Just have F be
F.
never seen.
It's F.
And D will be our
It
lowest.
could
tier.
be, but
I could change this to say F and change this to say
Yeah.
Oh, it was so.
Oh man, we're gonna be discredited. No, I'm joking.
So we got Movie Magic,
We're definitely gonna cut this.
Blu-ray purchase, good flick, never again, not a fan,
not a fan, never again.
and then never seen.
Never seen. So
Never
this
seen
is
Swamp
Swamp Thing. Never
Yeah.
seen.
Oh man,
Superman
that
3?
means-
Can we add the E category back in?
You want it? I mean, if we're doing
Five is.
That would be the not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's fine.
yeah, 'cause F turns into never again because we would give it an F.
Okay.
Superman 3, I've never seen.
Oh, but that makes it where B
Wait,
becomes C.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily. I think D is kind of expendable. We're doing a tier list on the tier rankings.
What kind of tier list is best?
Yeah, how crazy is that actually? Dude? Holy
Six
fuck.
column
Just seen that
tier
guy on
list.
TikTok.
A
That
tier.
tier
Dude,
is overused.
That was awesome.
So you're saying D? You're saying D? You don't need.
You don't need D.
Why would we need D?
It just goes like here.
A,
Never
B, C,
again.
and then terrible.
Not a fan is C. That makes sense. Good flick is B because that's a good flick. In my collection is A, and then Movie Magic is S.
Okay.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
And that is our official Cinema 3D.
I thought you were about to wrap up the episode.
Thank you guys so much for watching. No, that is our official Cinema 3D ranking. We've said it in a lot of videos. John just said it in his most recent video, but our ranking is Movie Magic.
Yeah.
In my collection, good flick, not a fan, never again. That's our tier ranking. So that is the formula we're following here. Leave us alone! Sorry.
Griffin's like, what did I do?
That's not Griffin. He's relaxed from the sauna. He's
That's right. That just I'm useless the rest of the day after this.
Oh wow.
Superman 3.
Who has seen that?
I have. Superman 3? Oh wait, no. Excuse me, Swamp Thing?
No,
No, Superman 3.
Oh, I
mean, none of us have.
I have.
Only
So
John.
where would you put it?
I would put that in a solid C.
In a C?
Yes.
I mean, there's
Superman
some-
3. Yeah, it's not Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, and it's Superman Returns is great though. But
So C is not a fan. Would you say Superman 3 not a fan or never again?
I would say not a fan. It's not. It's actually not. I think you're getting confused with the Quest for Peace.
I've heard a lot of bad things from Superman 3. That's all.
Oh well, it definitely it Richard Pryor in there and stuff like that, but like it's not. Keep in mind, like we jump from amazing to, but it's not never again. It's not that bad.
All right, that's fair.
Will I ever watch it again? Probably not. But like, I have seen it multiple times.
All right, that's fine.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Watch it
Oh,
again.
you agree? Everyone agreed so quickly.
Supergirl.
I haven't seen Supergirl.
Ever not.
Nope.
Sweet.
Never seen.
Makes it easy.
I have not seen Quest for Peace.
Nope, I haven't either.
But you have.
That's right. And I'm telling you right now, S tier.
Wow.
So none of us have seen it?
We've never seen it, and I've never seen the Swamp Thing sequel that's shown there.
Yeah.
S.
So he's referring to 89.
Batman
Absolutely.
89. All right, so if we had to
Do we
pick-
need? We had this exact same conversation with the New Hope. Do we need to do this again?
Oh, all right.
No.
Oh.
If we had to pick the
How
most
about y'all?
if we had to pick the most talked about video on our channel or film on our channel, it's Batman 89. We talk about this movie all the time. I don't know what else we can say about it. We
Oh, we can play more, probably. I don't know.
the-
It's all right.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, we haven't had to talk about this with you.
hold on.
We haven't had to talk about this with you.
I'm gonna have to get a new film roll.
Okay, everything you can say about the Superman film, you can say about the Batman film. While Superman started the chain, Batman re-solidified the chain of superhero films. It automatically qualifies it to the same level of Superman. Joker's perfect, Batman is perfect, Gotham is perfect, Batman is not perfect, he kills, that's the only flaw. But other than that, the theme, the score, the aesthetic, the film, it solidified superhero films as a blockbuster.
Does Keaton's hair not freak you guys out in that movie?
Yes.
It doesn't look right.
But that's
It's not right.
That's because Michael Keaton.
We all saw it.
Michael Keaton was meant to be bald.
Yes, that man was born meant to be bald. I love Michael Keaton, a beautiful man. I'd kiss his bald head if I could.
He was meant
All
to-
right?
he was meant to
Hair
have
was
look-
never supposed to go on that head.
His hair looks better now
Oh, okay.
than it
Yeah.
did back in
Yeah.
the Billy Joel.
Want to throw down your pubic fro head?
Hey, it was toned down in Returns.
Yes.
Returns. Oh. It's too many movies with the
Here's
return
the
in there.
thing. Here's the thing. This is this might be my non-negotiable.
Well, here's the thing for me is I think this is a better movie than Superman, so
Yes.
it automatically has to go in the S tier.
Whoa. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
That's why I kind of want to.
Wow.
That's why I would have put Superman.
I have
in the
seen
A
89,
category?
I think,
Oh.
once, so
Oh,
I don't
wow.
have strong recollections of it.
All right.
Oh, he's a completionist. He's loving this.
A
That's
tier.
great. I'm going A tier.
A tier.
You go A tier for Returns?
Yeah.
Really?
You put S?
I was shocked. I mean,
this one.
obviously, yeah, I would do the
You
same
haven't seen
thing,
it.
but like,
I've seen the others.
but
Yeah.
you haven't seen Return.
I've seen Forever,
Oh my gosh.
but I don't think I've seen Return.
Dude.
Or if I do, if I have, I do not remember.
You gotta
at
see it
all.
on Christmas.
Christmas.
No, I feel like that's a comfortable Superman, Batman. I actually,
Oh yeah, A tier.
John, you know what's great?
Jack with them.
I gotta say this though, and this might surprise John. I like Batman 89 more than Superman the movie.
That's fair.
I like Superman 2 more than Batman Returns.
Whoa. Okay. I can see that. I
I
actually
think it's a little bit more cohesive with the
absolutely.
storyline.
Absolutely.
So we're going here.
A
I
tier.
would say A tier. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to live with that.
I know this one sucks because I'm.
Okay.
No,
wait.
no.
It's okay.
Here's the thing. I'm going B tier.
I would say B tier too.
Okay.
I've
seen it?
I put him at ease.
Batman Forever.
You guys, Batman Forever is better than 89
Ooh.
because it has
Explain.
Jim Carrey in it. That's the
Explain.
only reason.
Well, yeah,
Jim
that's the
Carrey
only
could have
reason.
sat in a chair and screamed at the camera, and I
But it-
But I raised you. Jack
Also
Nicholson.
has
Jack Nicholson.
it also has freaking Tommy Lee Jones, arguably one of the worst representations
One of the
worst.
of a
So
character.
actually, Jim Carrey, I have very few problems with Jim Carrey's Riddler.
No, just an updated Frank Gorshin.
Yeah, updated Frank Gorshin. I despise Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face.
We all
I think I've seen
But I
this once,
love-
and the Two-Face parts I don't remember at all. So
I love Val
there's a
Kilmer's
reason.
Kirk.
Bruce Wayne.
I do too.
Walker was Bruce Wayne was nice. His Batman was
He was a better Bruce Wayne than he was a Batman.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's true. I think Michael Keaton was a better Batman
then Bruce Wayne.
Dude.
than Bruce Wayne.
And then you have Bale.
And then you got Bale. Sweet.
No, I'm joking.
Now, the other things I don't like about this is
Everything.
Chris O'Donnell.
Everything. Wait a minute, we gotta have a refresh.
All right, hold on. No,
Watch this high.
Same way as
Best
you.
thing ever, dude.
I grew up with Batman Forever. Those were Batman 89 or Forever, the two I had on
Sure.
VHS, like
Yes.
you. The thing with it is, yes, I'm not a fan of Chris O'Donnell. I'm not a fan of
30-year-old being a 16-year-old.
I'm not a fan of Chris O'Donnell. I'm not a fan of Robin in this film.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Tommy Lee. I love Tommy Lee Jones. I'm not a fan of him in this film.
What sucks too is that like we're gonna watch The Fugitive, and
He's phenomenal.
that was 2 years before,
Yeah.
and he was amazing. He's amazing in the. He's amazing in the Fugitive. He got an Academy Award. Great. He's a cop.
Yeah.
And he's literally how Two-Face should have been. He's literally how Two-Face should have been.
Oh, it's like the same character? Oh, because, yeah, he's cop.
I say B tier.
I was going to say C tier.
I would say B.
The other thing I hate about this film is the aesthetic.
Oh, really?
And
I like it. I like it better than Robin. Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
Batman and Robin's
I mean,
way too much.
It's just so sad going from that Gotham to that Gotham.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. And Gotham during the day in that movie is better than that. Night.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna go B tier.
You go what?
B.
Where do you go?
I go B.
Where do you go?
I'm good with B.
Okay.
All right, so
F.
F.
No,
No, let's hear it.
I would watch that again.
I would say C.
It's hilarious.
C. You passed out.
No, listen, that movie
Exactly,
is
it was-
hilarious
that's-
and enjoyable to watch.
All right, yes.
It is terrible, but it is such a good time.
It's so bad that it's good.
Exactly, makes you smile.
It's like The Room.
There's bad that you hate watching it, and there's bad that it's fun to watch it.
I'm a huge fan of bad to watch type movies. I've tortured them with movies. But I gotta say that, and I don't know, maybe it's because I love 89 so much.
Yeah.
And then the fall of.
But the fall started with Forever.
Fall started with Forever.
That's they took a huge. It's the same thing they did with Suicide Squad, where they made it completely colorful. They brought in a big names, and it just fell flat on its face. And Forever started that, just like I guess you would say BVS.
It was so
like,
successful somehow.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
and like
fresh.
I think
People wanted.
Forever is still decent. It's because of Forever that we got Batman and Robin. But I don't think Batman and Robin. It's a bad movie for sure. But I like I said, I could watch it maybe one more time.
I'd put that in C tier.
Well, here's the thing.
all day.
I'm not a
Never
fan
again,
of it.
I could definitely watch Batman and Robin again for the comedic value. But we are also grading these on the quality of the film that we all think together. And we are voting for it because it was so bad it's good. But that's not something that it should be shooting for.
I just think that with some of the films I have in my mind from later on that I would genuinely never watch again.
Right.
That's what I'm kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Wow.
I would
I
watch
could-
Batman and Robin again, and according to the tier levels.
Yeah.
That means it cannot go on the bottom of the list if I would watch it again,
Yeah.
and I would.
That's a fair point.
Because there's a few of the
Yeah.
later on. Oh man, there's some
Oh.
bad ones.
There's
bro.
some-
Oh,
ones.
man, yeah.
That
This
would-
didn't even go to.
It goes
some
to
of them.
22, so it doesn't hit like Aquaman 2, and The Flash. Like those are the two that are not going to be on here.
Aquaman 2.
Yeah, The Flash.
Bro.
I would not watch that again.
I said Aquaman 2.
Wow.
I was sitting there
Yo.
for 2.5 hours. like,
Dude, that was rough, man.
what was
Yeah.
this movie actually? What was the point
It
of this?
doesn't look like it was shot. Like it doesn't look real.
There's one cool sequence. That's it.
C tier.
C
My
tier
final
for
pick.
me.
I would say F. Nah, fine.
I
C, but I feel like we're gonna get chastised.
I was going F as well.
Yeah,
But
but.
All right, who's the captain of each team?
But could we? But their arguments, even though I don't know if it's really that great. But like if they're, they said that
look at
they
the
would
next two
re.
films.
I know, but if we rewatch,
Would you tell me you'd watch the next two over Robin?
no.
Exactly.
I would watch Batman and Robin over the next. I haven't seen the next two actually, but
I haven't either, but I know they're bad.
I know that she's like an alien in that one. Is
No.
what I hear, right? Or no?
It's like spiritual.
Okay.
Wait,
You like that?
Wait.
Hey,
Yeah.
what happened?
boom. Is it just best? Yeah.
Oh, he didn't like that. He didn't like that. He lost. I thought he was toying with it too.
I'll take the dub.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
Steel.
I had never
I
seen
haven't
it.
seen it.
All right, this is F at its finest.
Boom. Haven't seen that. Constantine. Haven't seen, but I do want to see.
I would say C. I haven't seen it in a while.
None of you have seen it, right?
I haven't seen that. No.
Can we get a cumulative S
Yep.
on this
Absolutely.
Cumulative.
We can definitely
Cumulative.
do S for this.
S.
Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he's not.
Wait, what?
I mean, I was thinking maybe A, high A, but there's a lot of pretty solid movies coming up. I wasn't sure, but are we putting the entire trilogy up there? That doesn't seem right. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
One definitely deserves to be there.
yes. Well, wait a minute.
Well, okay. In all reality, I think
Wait.
I think all three could be put there for sure.
I think three of them should be there.
But I know one
Really?
has to be there.
I think three of them should be there.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Dark Knight?
I think three of them are literally three of the greatest superhero movies ever made, including. I always say it for Dark Knight Rises. I say it's one of Nolan's weakest films, weakest of the trilogy, better than 90% of films that are made.
that is so stupid.
He realized it. That's the most viewed.
Dude, that's so true because the superhero aspect, it's not that much. Batman's barely in it. It's a lot more Bruce Wayne too. Think about that. That's pretty
It's my least favorite of the three, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I can live with that on that.
2 seconds later.
Superman Returns, I personally think it is the third best Superman movie.
I'd say 8 tier.
I think it's severely underappreciated.
Severely
Oh, absolutely.
underappreciated.
I really like Brandon Ralph,
Yeah,
and I have not seen that movie though.
Oh, you should definitely see
Dude, you gotta watch that movie. You'll love it.
I liked him in Chuck a lot. So,
You'll love it. Yeah, he's
yeah,
great.
however how you guys want to put that is cool. with me.
I'll say A.
I say A.
That's a solid.
I would-
That's a solid A.
I would go A.
Yeah.
You gotta watch him. Okay, yeah, no debate. Let's just move
Dark
on.
Knight. That's S tier.
Dark Knight.
Watchmen. Now we watched the director's cut.
Just
Sam.
skipped over the best film.
Sam, we
We
watched.
all love the Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight's S tier.
Oh.
Wait, what happened? Whoa, wait a minute.
I don't like.
We're coming
I
back.
don't like wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, being like the Dark Knight, like you guys do. But I like it.
Might be my favorite film of all time.
It's a good movie.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
hold
boy.
on.
I have nothing against the Dark
here we
Knight.
go.
I don't
So-
have any like qualms with it.
Out of
It's
the
S
four
tier though,
movies
right?
that are in S
What's
tier
up?
right-
Would you not put it in S tier?
I'd put it in S tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Out
So
of
we're
the four movies in S tier right now, which one's your favorite? Which one do you think is the best?
Dark Knight.
Probably Dark Knight.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we're on track.
Yeah. Out of what's up there. Yeah.
It's a
I also
misunderstanding.
haven't seen Superman.
So Watchmen. I for the longest time thought this movie was bad, including since when I was a kid I watched it. My dad enjoyed it, but it was a theatrical cut, and it was just kind of like it's almost a style over substance. We watched the director's cut finally. That was his first time watching it. Sam, this is actually a really good movie.
I think I've only watched the director's cut. Maybe I don't remember, but
It's freaking smart, man.
I've watched it,
Dude.
and I gotta say,
Come on.
I really hate this movie.
What? What do you mean?
We're talking
Dude.
the most Zack Snyder.
Oh,
Snyder.
no, absolutely.
It is dull as can be.
But-
It is in for so long.
Whoa, okay. Wow, actually, they gotta make it feel pretty. Wow, that was long. Yeah,
It's just the over dramatized, cliche, uninteresting.
But is it
not
cliche when it's
attractive to the eye.
2009?
No, it's not cliche. I guess it was new for the time that it was made, and it's a direct adaptation of a graphic novel.
Yeah.
So for that, I give them kudos. But for watching the film, me personally, this would be a never again watch. I could
Oh.
never sit through this film again.
Dude, this is crazy.
You haven't seen it.
No.
Man, I don't know.
I
I remember I just liked it
Yeah.
this time, man. I'm like,
But
wow.
I could settle for C tier because I can see qualities where it was a graphic novel adaptation that was done roughly faithfully to the story, and
No Scott Pilgrim.
right.
Scott
There
Pilgrim
you
doesn't
go.
know anything else.
Yeah, I gotta say that's another one that.
What happened? Oh. Wait, what do you mean?
Scott Pilgrim.
What about it?
Yeah. Yeah. See, Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim can. Michael Cera.
It was okay.
He's funny, but
You guys need to get your
That's
brains.
gonna
You
be
guys need to get your
Chris
get
Evans
brains
great.
checked.
Chris Evans doing Ben Stiller's
actually
villain
pretty
voice.
funny.
That's actually pretty great.
And then isn't Brandon Ralph
Yes, Brandon Routh is in
Yeah.
that movie, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So I could see C tier for
Scott Pilgrim is better than all of these movies.
I could see it not being an F
Every
tier.
single one.
No, that's just wrong.
Oh, you
not a
think
fact.
it's? What do you think it is? It's
I
not.
would at least have to be a B or an A.
It's not an okay.
I was gonna say B from the get-go before I remembered that you hated this movie.
Oh,
This movie's pain. Like I genuinely,
How is
I
it
could not
painful?
sit through this movie
come
again.
on, though. It's literally a walking graphic novel, dude. Yo, that was the most sensei like, bitch. I don't care.
I just
Damn.
like
And I get it. I get it. The Quentin Tarantino
Cold
type.
War, man.
Oh, playing ironically old songs. James Gunn. I get it. I'm tired.
I don't even think it's that. I don't think it's that either because like it's like I think you'd have to start with a C because of what's an F.
Yes, now because of what's an F, it'd have to be a C.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Like I could live with C if we just aren't able to put it in B, but I would personally put it in B because I don't think it's the best DC movie ever made. I think it's super high concept type of film, which is why most people don't like it. But also having watched all of The Boys, it immediately felt so good to me because it's literally The Boys before The Boys.
Dude, yeah.
Watchmen walked so The Boys could run. That's what happened.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
The Boys is incredible, regardless of what anyone online wants to say about season 4. Watchmen, I think it's a good movie. I think it's one of the better Zack Snyder ones. Granted, I love Zack Snyder, but I understand why it's a hard watch for a lot of people. But I also think it does deserve a spot in the B category.
and I can concede to that.
I'll do B.
Griffin.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Jonah Hex.
Oh, I have. That is a solid F.
Thank you.
All right. Haven't seen it.
That is really
Have not seen
whoa.
it.
That's
I really
crazy.
wanna watch it, actually.
I would say.
I would have thought you'd have seen every
I would
Reynolds
say
I know.
an F,
I know.
probably an F or a C.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Really
I would
isn't
put
accurate.
this in the same category as Batman and Robin, where I could still have a decent time, but it's not a good
I
movie
could,
by any
yeah, I
means.
could do C.
You guys haven't seen it, right?
No.
No.
I just don't think there's any way Green Lantern's worse than those two movies.
So for this one, it's actually going to be an interesting take.
I think it's A.
But I think, I know it's going to be surprising. I think it's an S.
Really?
Listen,
No, I mean, yeah,
I could throw it there because this was the one that got me into everything. So
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, given what we're working with, like,
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
but
well, no.
it might have to change later.
Yeah, we can go back later, but
Okay.
for now, let's
Yeah.
tuck it in. Where,
For now, we'll take it at S, but when you get
Where it belongs.
Tuck the sardines in their can.
No.
I mean, come on, it is better than the majority of the films on this list.
As time goes on.
Man of Steel.
Oh man, this is where we're gonna have a heyday.
Let's have some fun.
Oh no. No, I'll concede
Listen.
and say A.
Listen,
Oh no, I can't.
I already
actually.
did.
I
Yeah,
can't do that.
I would throw this in S.
I would throw
Bar
it
none,
in. I would throw it in. It's the same with how you feel about The Dark Knight Rises. I feel about Man of Steel.
Ooh, well, yep. That's that. You got him.
So you're saying
You got him.
No. The whole idea of like everyone thinks of it as like this and that. And you've had a plethora of other superhero specific Batman films like this and that. Same thing with Superman. It's like we have so many different films already, and this is not going to be anything good. Or on par with anything on S, but I think it is. Just like how you feel like Dark Knight Rises should be on S because it's better than a lot of other movies. When you take Man of Steel and show that and compare that to all these other films, it has the action like some of these movies, but it's still freaking good, man.
So I think, here's what I think about Man of Steel, just for this list. I think it was a great start to the DCEU. I think that the end is dragged on and dull. And I think, again, the color palette and also just the overall feel of the film isn't as good as the others. But that's because I also want this to get a little interesting as well, and I want to add some drama to this. So,
But like, I hope
it is
that you.
I do feel that way about
I hope
it.
that you don't feel. I hope you don't put the next film in any higher category. Then
No,
Okay.
No, I think that film is a better film than that film.
Yeah, because I'm not. You can't have BVS over
No, I think
over Man of Steel.
I think Man of Steel. I
Oh,
think
okay.
Man of Steel is better than BVS.
Okay.
I think
Absolutely.
Man of Steel is better than BVS, but I would probably watch BVS over Man of Steel.
Yeah. I can see that.
BVS. So here's the thing. BVS has that rewatch feeling to it a little
Yes.
bit, but there's so many decisions that they made in BVS that actually genuinely pisses me off that Man of Steel doesn't have that effect to me. So whatever we do with BVS, I would want Man of Steel to be higher. I agree, because BVS is the thing that, I hate to say it, BVS is the thing that pretty much made DC struggle for, you're looking at a good maybe 20 years.
And that was just like,
Yeah, I mean, like that's the BVS is what made them switch Suicide Squad to be completely more vibrant and campy. Even though it's still dark, but like,
had a lot of things that it did to the DC series.
yeah.
so Man of Steel A, BVS B. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'm
yeah.
good with that.
Okay. That kills you.
It did kill me a little bit.
Nah, Suicide Squad, dude. That's an F.
I give it
Yeah,
F.
I would never watch that again.
I would never watch it again.
Yep.
I could listen to it again. The soundtrack.
Really hate that movie. It's got to be one of the most like never went anywhere type films I've ever watched in my life.
Oh my gosh. Should have been something. Should have been a Saw Arkham live action.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's great. I think two of the most great castings. But then again, DC, one of their big strength is their
Hey,
costumes and the casting.
They're great at it.
But I do like Will Smith as Deadshot and love Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. But like, they can't save the movie.
Nope.
Um,
No, not at all. Especially
Yeah.
when it's an ensemble like this.
I will never watch that movie again.
Yeah.
I'll watch the one scene with Ben Affleck,
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great scene.
which I watched the other
I
day.
wish there was more of that scene 'cause that's
yeah.
amazing.
Wonder Woman.
here's where it's going to get tough.
All right, so
I would say A.
I personally think this is the best film of this tied for best
Oh,
film.
come on,
of that
dude.
series.
You don't like the first
Not that I don't like it. I just don't. I don't understand why it's the best from the series.
I don't know about the best, but I think it's because it's the most accessible and it feels like it's their Captain America, the first Avenger.
I don't know if it's the
Yeah, I
best
get
of
that.
the series, because there's another one that I might be thinking of, but I think that it is, yeah,
It's
accessible.
coherent. It's accessible.
It's
But
coherent.
I don't say coherent. It's accessible.
it's coherent.
It's just
coherent.
like the
It's
third
a-
act.
No, I'm saying that, yeah.
The third act of Wonder Woman is a lot more subpar than the third act of Man of Steel. If that's
True.
one of your complaints for Man of Steel, at least the
One of my
villain.
complaints one of my complaints of the third act of Man of Steel is how long the third act is.
I mean, Wonder Woman is about the same. At least the
that's
third act felt the same to me.
Yeah.
The way that
Well,
fight-
a
The
lot
villain's just
of
like
these.
almost like he's better than Black Adam's villain for sure, but
yeah.
he's basically a Black Adam villain.
I've
Yeah.
broken down the thing with Man of Steel's ending of the part that I can't stand, and it's where he comes and fights Zod, and then they look at each other, and then he flies away, and then he does something, then he saves Lois, then he goes and fights Zod again. I feel like it's just
Yeah.
I feel like he takes breaks from fighting Zod for some reason, and all of a sudden, we're fighting Zod again, and then it's and then we're here, and it's just, and mixed with the fact that it's the whole thing. I feel like I'm not really watching the fight, and it feels like it went on forever. Wonder Woman, I don't necessarily feel that way. I think the third act is the weakest part of the film, though,
Yes.
and I hate the plot twist
Yeah.
of him being.
Yeah.
But I think the film has a clear message. I think it's enjoyable to watch. I think it has rewatchability. I think that it delivers on pretty much all fronts of being a just structurally good superhero film.
I agree. Yeah.
So what'd you guys put it at?
I put it
A.
Okay.
I lost that round.
A.
So we think that's the same level of quality as Man of Steel, do we now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I know you do,
Yeah.
but well, no, you think Wonder Woman's better, but
I would put this in F.
I put this in F.
yeah, because there's a different
Yeah.
one we can always watch it.
Bro, that is rough to watch.
Aquaman, I would put in A.
I would put that at
put that
B.
Yeah.
If freaking Wonder Woman is A, Aquaman is
Dude,
A.
no.
Aquaman's A.
All right,
There's
so
no
here-
way.
No way,
There's
though.
no way
the
we're
thing.
putting Aquaman below one.
No, we have to.
Here's the thing.
Aquaman is just better than Wonder Woman.
All right.
This is rough.
It's actually got.
All right. So Aquaman is very enjoyable.
It is.
I would say that the film feels like it also is like, I don't know if it's not going anywhere per se, but there's a portion of that film when we do leave Atlantis and we're going on their adventure where the identity of the film feels like it lost itself a little bit. And I don't know if you guys had that feeling with it when it's like, you know, when they leave Atlantis and they're going on the adventure and it kind of turns into that Indiana Jones type thing. That's for such a short period of time of the film that it feels almost like out of place and confusing with the rest of the story that's happening. And I get that something had to happen and they had to go on a journey, but it doesn't have that, like, all of a sudden it feels like we're going on an adventure, but the adventure is very short and then we're going back to Atlantis. So it's just kind of like a weird side quest. And that's the part that kind of throws off the flow of Aquaman for me. Whereas Wonder Woman, I didn't feel like that in that regard.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. It is enjoyable, though.
It is very enjoyable. He's great.
No.
He's great. I mean, when you have Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson and what's his freaking names? Tamara Morrison,
Dafoe. Oh.
Willem Dafoe.
I don't see any reason why this film shouldn't be A.
I mean, I'm fine with it today. I just,
I'm probably that on A.
you know.
Let's do it. I didn't even have to defend my point.
Shazam, I would never watch again.
That's an F.
S.
F?
That's an F for sure.
The first Shazam movie?
I would say.
Are you stupid?
C.
No, I thought that was an automatic B. You guys are crazy.
No, let's hear difference. I want to hear your.
It's fun. It's a good time. Zachary
B?
Levi's an icon.
You put B as B. I would have settled for C.
So, the kid and him, I know that they're not supposed to feel the same, but they don't feel the same to the point where it just completely takes me out of the film.
It's like two different actors.
Like completely different characters to the point where this kid, even if he turned into this adult, would never act like this. The adult acts more childish than the kid, and taking that's the concept, that's the premise of the film, and that's what it's based off of, is buying this transition just completely ruins the film. For
Though the only way for them to do something like that is if he was putting on a facade like an old school classic superhero, similar to how Shazam
but
was in
this
Public
doesn't
Enemy.
even seem like the type of kid who would know what an old school classic superhero is.
I know.
I'll concede C tier. I don't feel strongly enough about
I
it.
don't get why
was
this
gonna
film
say,
got the
see.
hype it did.
I don't get that.
I think it is mainly because of Zachary Levi, because he was kind of popping off at that time.
He was great in it.
He was Ragnarok, right? Ragnarok,
I mean, he was barely in Ragnarok,
but he was
He's
in
in
it, and
Ragnarok?
then Chuck is a huge show. Like many people like it. I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff. It's just like I don't think. I mean, the hero's only as good as his villain. I don't think the villain in that was much of anything.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though
And
it's
then
Mark
the tonal
Strong.
changes in the film.
Yeah, I don't really
From,
know
like,
much about what
insane
was,
horror to like goofy family comedy.
There are some funny parts though. The part where they're floating and he's like I can't hear you type thing.
Monologuing and
Like,
can't hear him. Oh.
That's funny because every superhero movie does it, and it literally makes no sense when any movie does that. But I don't know. That's why I put it at C, because I'm not a fan of it, but it's not the worst movie ever made. I don't think
It's not as bad as Catwoman.
it's not as bad as the bottom four that are there. I don't think.
I think it can be a fine C.
Okay,
Then.
fine.
I think it could be because I mean, see, we got Batman and Robin, and Green Lantern. So
Did you guys see the second Shazam?
I did not.
No, I heard it was.
I heard it was even worse.
That's what I heard too.
Also, if I had to say this in regards to Wonder Woman, what's the tone, right? Because Shazam, it's DC trying to be Marvel. The Man of Steel, it's good. Little, not dark, but a little depressing for Superman in terms of tone of film, at least for me. That's just my opinion.
I agree.
The right tone for DC, unless you're doing Batman, in which case you're talking a completely different feel, is that one.
Yeah.
In terms of just tone of blending,
I would agree.
that's how I feel.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not saying the execution was great, especially with the villains, because there are amazing villains.
I think that's the main thing. I keep
But
thinking about, too.
overall, he's right that is the structure you want to go with, kind of.
Because like
Or the feel.
Or the
villains-
feel, yes. Feel.
I guess I'm almost basically ranking my DCU films by how good their villains are.
I will say this though, to agree with you. We used to have this debate of which one. The first Avenger is the superior.
First Avenger's better than Wonder Woman.
I think so.
Yeah.
They're the same type of movie, and I think First Avenger does it better. But I mean, Wonder Woman was still great. Like I
I actually had a debate about this in film school.
Oh, really?
I think with First Avenger versus because the person had a problem that they were copying First Avenger, and then they kept going on like, oh, he does it so much better, and I'm like, really? It does it more in more of the serial aspect. I brought in this is more realistic dark take, and I think I won the debate, but because of that. But that's the thing.
Yeah, the first Avenger feels a little bit more like it's a World War II-ish from the comics type of thing, whereas Wonder Woman feels a little bit more like a World War I. Like this character got thrown into World War One. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I will say this though. I think Joker is a safe S.
Oh, absolutely. Whoa!
We watched Joker, right?
We did.
Wait, what?
You loved it.
I did really like it.
I mean, I could go A if we need to.
I could go A as well.
It's not a.
I don't know how to vocalize
Finish
like the way I feel about it.
But
'Cause
it's
I
great.
did really enjoy watching it. I don't have a lot of desire to watch it again.
Yeah,
But that doesn't necessarily mean it was bad. Like
Right.
that
It's
doesn't
just
make
a-
it bad.
depressing movie.
It's depressing. It's I don't know how to express this because it did a lot of really unique things. It did a lot of cool things. Like my brain kind of classifies it as kind of Oscar bait-ish, you know? Like it kind of like insists upon itself a little bit,
I
you
can
know?
get behind that.
Like it insists upon itself, you know?
Oh, very interesting.
It's
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
a little bit presumptuous.
You think
so, like,
you think Joker 2 is gonna do the same thing?
oh, 100%. And I'm here for it. Like I'm not mad about it, you know? It's just like
No,
I
that's it. I love
the
that
thing.
point.
When it actually lands,
Yeah.
it like we're fine. But like it's
No,
when they
I
try
agree.
and go for the fences and it just
It's-
sucks. Like it's like wow, you really
I mean,
tried to do that.
that's my hesitation with an S tier.
The film is
Yeah.
dual, where it has amazing scenes, but then I am with you. It does have scenes that feel like it's trying very hard to say, "Look at me," with
Yeah,
Joaquin
yeah.
Phoenix in the bathroom. Like
That's
it's a great scene. That's what I mean. It's a duality of
Yeah.
yes and also yes.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
the film has both feelings.
Like a lot of people could call it pretentious as hell,
Yes.
Yes.
but I don't care.
Yeah. But Dark Knight can be pretentious at times.
Because one of my favorite director is pretentious throughout all his films.
Feels like
It doesn't feel like it, which I would agree. But there is sometimes Nolan's dialogue is very much like sometimes not realistic. It feels like an actual comic or graphic novel monologues and stuff. But sometimes it's actually not. The reason why it works is because the actors do it very well, and the execution is done well. But in reality, hand that to any other filmmaker, and I don't know if that would
Yeah, like
work.
what would the line be? One of the most iconic lines: "You either die here or you live long enough." Like
I don't even
if
freaking
someone
know. I don't
else-
even know.
like
I don't
if-
even know. That's
I
kind of
don't
like
even know.
horrifying to think about. Actually,
Like-
is like, oh, that's a
if James Gunn
great
directed that,
line.
what would he have written? Because he likes to write his own stuff. Like
well, he
you either die dead or you live alive.
it's so clearly theatrical,
Very.
but also I feel like he leans into the theatrical,
True.
which helps it.
So yeah, but keep in mind, I say pretentious, but like I would agree though that like sometimes Joker can very much feel pretentious.
Yeah. So that's my only thing for an A tier bump potentially.
I would
like
Oscars.
It did.
I would do
Oscar bait.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was deserving of both, especially the music. Music was
Yeah.
top tier, man.
Yeah.
I mean, right there, the cover though, that is the best scene of the movie.
Yeah.
Really. I think the
me.
the actual ending scene is my favorite. With the
Oh, and he like rises up, and
that whole thing is phenomenal.
I do like the bathroom scene though.
That I do too.
Let's go A.
Let's
I
go.
could do A.
I can do that.
Can't
All right, what's next?
Birds of Prey.
Give it a hard F.
I would give that. Yeah.
I didn't see it. It makes me
We
sad.
saw that.
It's pretty good.
No, I thought it was
so
going to be
excited
incredible.
for you.
Yeah.
McGregor's Black Mask, and then they
Dude,
handled him so
Worst thing. No.
He still is enjoyable to watch,
Yeah.
but if you look at him as Black Mask, it just no. That's not Black Mask. Neither is Victor Zsasz. Like
No.
Harley Quinn is still Harley Quinn, but it doesn't feel like it should have just been a solo movie at that point. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
why should I care about these other two? What are they? Great their names because the movie's so bad. But
Canary.
Black Canary and
It's the Huntress, right?
Huntress, yeah. But it didn't feel like
Was-
them.
Spoiler alert for comics from like the 70s and 80s. Batman's daughter.
Yeah.
Catwoman's
I think in-
daughter in one series.
Yeah.
Maybe her original series.
Yeah.
So F tier.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen Wonder Woman 84.
I've not seen Wonder Woman 84.
I have not seen Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, I would put this.
Is Pedro Pascal at least good?
No.
Is he the villain?
Yeah.
He's supposed to.
Yeah.
Maxwell Lord. Is she good?
Yeah. There's one scene that is actually really heartfelt. I was like, whoa, okay, she kind of brought it a little bit.
Is
Um,
Cheetah?
Huh?
Is Cheetah, or is Cheetah just a knockoff Cheetah?
It's not a cheetah.
Does the music suck?
The opening and the highway chase, the opening scene and the highway chase are two of the like really awesome soundtracks.
So it sounds like it could be maybe a C, but
Uh-huh.
potentially an F.
Yeah, pretty much.
So where would you put it?
Oh, see.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I would say a solid A.
Yes, for the same reasons that the Joker is an A.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
I would probably put this in S, but I'm fine with A.
Man, the DC EU did not break S.
It
true.
would break S for Man of Steel and Snyder Cut.
Well, we
I mean,
can reevaluate because A is getting
Litter.
stacked.
Chunky.
We're just kind of, that's like our,
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say this is a C.
What?
The Suicide Squad?
What?
Wow, that actually shocks me.
I can see that.
I was gonna say B at least.
I can see that. I mean, it's
Bro,
literally
one of the funniest moments ever.
It's Guardian. It's edgy Guardians of the Galaxy.
I will
not just that, but
never
it's literally
forget us all watching
the
that.
first Suicide
Slam in the
Squad with a better
Pause that right now.
Yeah.
and studio not stupid.
Say that.
When we watch this, there's a scene where the dude drinks the coffee mug. We all know what we're talking about. And Justin looks up and he goes, "Pause that stuff right now." After it had happened, we should have, so we're not glaring at it. And John just looks up and goes, "Did we just see some bangers and mash?"
What did I say? See, we just see some bangers and mash. Oh, like yeah.
Stupid.
My head hurts.
Oh man.
So what'd you say?
I would put this in A personally.
No, I said that this is pretty much the first Suicide Squad, but with a more confident direction.
I just think it was really good.
I put it in A. myself.
More confident direction that had that check all the right boxes.
It, to me, felt a little bit like I'm really showing my love for this series, right? Like every single.
It's like, yeah, it's James Gunn taking his Guardians formula and pasting it on DC.
Yeah.
But with the Suicide Squad and with the characters he picked, he made specific characters expendable from the get-go that felt right, and then he made the ones who just felt like they needed to be there till the end last as long as they did. And I mean, you have John Cena and Idris Elba in one movie, and they both performed amazingly well as like basically the two mains. I think everything that happens with Rick Flag is kind of actually sad when you really think about who he is and what he has gone through to get to his point. And then, I mean, spoilers, he freaking dies. I don't know. I just thought it was a fun movie, and it was actually way better than I thought it was going to be.
2 seconds later.
I don't know if this film stacks up with all the other films that we have in A.
I mean, I would agree.
I don't think so.
I put it at B.
I just think there's some films in A that might have been better off in B.
Really?
which then would have made more.
I'd
sense to
be
put
okay
A.
if Suicide Squad was in B.
But I could be fine with B, I guess.
He's okay.
It's the same level as BVS and Watchmen, apparently.
This
But yeah, we have
next
to rework.
film is my favorite of all of these.
Really?
Isn't or is?
Speaking like a
My favorite of all of these.
or Gen X.
So by
The Batman-
no small margin.
The Batman definitely deserves to be an S tier film, in my opinion, which I assume is also Griffin's, which
is
John is probably going to say A and Sam's going to say C. Am I right or am I right?
No, I was going to
I'm on
give
the
this film.
fence.
I was going to give this film a B.
A B.
Oh, atrocious.
Now look, we
We have all of Batman's films.
I know. What the heck?
like Batman. Here's the thing. No, we don't, because we
If Superman.
those are
Just one movie. What are you talking about? It's just one movie. This dude was
See, if you let me put Man of Steel in S tier, then
we got like 5,000 movies, and then we see one. It's like, oh, well, you know.
well, hold on a second. No, I can't believe I was actually. I completely take back my request to put Joker in S tier and among evaluation. I don't know. I've just been sitting with that one for a minute, and I don't agree with it being an S tier by any stretch.
What?
Joker.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was quick to the draw. I thought it was an easy access, but no, I don't think Joker is up to par with these other films.
Yeah.
Just want to get that out there.
At the end, why don't we each give our opinion on how it came out? Because I very much want to say what I would have done.
Oh my god.
Well, no, I mean, yeah. So, look, I am not as much of a fan as this one, but I also need to rewatch it. But also, I'm having a hard time even wanting to rewatch it.
You have to rewatch it though.
This is one of my lower tier Batman movies.
It's whack.
But and this is a very
Sweck.
you actually kind of have been kind of just like chill with most decisions made.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't seen half the movies.
I've
It
seen.
was really Shazam that got him flurried up.
Yeah, like,
He was like S tier.
are we maligning our Lord and Savior Zachary Levi right now? I think not.
This has definitely been very much a kind of, if that made sense.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
We have two S tier picks.
yeah.
We have one B, and we have one A. So how does that weigh out?
What is it?
John never actually said if this was A or not.
I know. I'm on the
What is yours? What are you going to be on?
You're
the fence
leaning
with?
S, A, and S.
It's hard for me
If
to.
you're leaning any 1% towards S, it's S.
It's really.
Because I mean, majority of
But
what
what if? Yeah, true. But like, I don't know. There's just. It could just be the cynical person in me that thinks, oh, you like this film? Now you're definitely a Gen Xer. No.
It's not the case though.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not.
Than all of you.
But it's not.
Because what I could say,
That was probably a stupid take. But here's the thing.
Top Gun Maverick, you got Batman, you got freaking Godzilla -1. All these recent. It's hard for sure. That's what she said. But
It's just like, I don't know. I mean, we have to still make a movie. We have to still do a discussion on this and whether or not we debate on this. But like, I mean, if I did put it on S, fine. But I do not think it's on par with Begins, or
yeah, I could say the same thing about many of them.
or Night.
About which one?
About a lot of the other tiers right now that we got going.
Well, yeah, I mean, we haven't really given Justin that much, like...
Who's just?
And Griffin, 5%.
Well, no, we gave Griffin...
Green Lantern. Oh, Shazam. We gave him a C.
We gave him a C.
Gave him the signal.
But Justin adores Man of Steel.
Yeah, just like John does. He just won't admit it as much.
No. I admit it. Whoa.
Whoa, he admitted it.
I do love Man of Steel. I think it's one of the best comic movies ever made.
Amen. So it should be an S tier, right? Along with Superman the movie. So why didn't we put it there?
All right, so here's him.
But where were you at on that one?
Oh,
I saw Man of Steel when it was in theaters once,
boy,
and that was the only time I've seen Man of Steel in my life.
I thought we watched it.
I thought we
No.
didn't.
No, we tried to, but we watched something else.
So are we thinking?
No, that just killed me. That just killed me, yo.
So I don't have strong opinions on Man of Steel.
Harry the
put Man
Platypus
of-
says S tier.
Whoa! If you put Man of, all right,
Oh, wait. Give me a deal.
I'm thinking about it.
Give me a deal.
Oh,
Whoa.
Because here's the thing.
Texas
If
Hold'em
I
deal.
could, with all my problems with Man of Steel, if you were to say after this, hey, we're gonna go watch a movie, do you want to watch Man of Steel or the Batman? I go Man of Steel.
Whoa. I don't go that far, but whoa.
That's hard.
well, I don't know.
That's also what she said.
Not what.
So
Damn.
my deal would be putting Man of Steel in S tier and putting the Batman in A tier.
Really? You would raise that? Oh,
Hey,
you
let me
cheapskate.
tell you this. We're making another list. You should switch those two because we got too much Batman in that list. That's all I'll say.
Switch what to?
And a different list, different topic for another video. That's a teaser. But we got something. We got.
Well, I'm
we got something-
accepting this right now, though. I would have both of them in S tier. I'm just accepting it because of the deal, so
What's
it
up
still
with
makes
people
sense.
wanting Batman to feel like between Joker and the Batman? What's up with people wanting Batman to feel like Martin Scorsese just kind of like walked on set?
Well, I don't
He's
know.
been
man.
done so many times. You have to make it different.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
It's different.
This might.
It's,
This might.
and to call Batman grounded is a stupid thing to say, but it's like it feels more grounded than other Batman films. I'm grounded. I'm grounded. You know, it feels. I like the detective noir take on it. I think it's really unique and plays to an aspect of Batman that we don't see that much.
True, man.
You know what the Batman
Arkham
is?
games.
Good.
I don't know, man.
Arkham
I don't know now,
Just
man.
like the Arkham games.
Here's how you want to know my thoughts on the Batman,
Yeah.
and I'll give you my. Here's how I think about it.
It just said, yeah.
All right. So, Batman Begins, one of the greatest superhero films, one of the greatest origin stories, one of the greatest films ever made. Batman '89 changed everything. Incredible, amazing to see this hero on the big screen for the first time. The Batman feels like a interesting project. It to me, and that's just how I feel about it. It doesn't feel like it stands among where it did anything special, anything unique, anything great for the character. It feels like, and if you view the film in that light, I feel like it gets way more enjoyable than this is the next thing and like the most epic Batman trilogy. I feel like if you look at it as whoa, this is such a cool, this is like kind of like a one-off story about Batman solving this crime. It's early on in his story, almost like one of the DC animated movies that are just like, oh, let's just watch some cool Batman. Because that's what this film feels like to me. It doesn't feel like it's a character piece. It doesn't feel like you really delve into that much beyond the mystery of what's happening and the actual thing he's trying to solve. So to me, it just feels like a Batman adventure.
What the hell was that?
This entire movie is about his personal growth.
How?
From realizing the movie literally starts with him monologuing about his only purpose as being Batman is to inspire fear into criminals, right? That's his entire thing. And then the movie goes through him devolving that stance into realizing that not only does he have to represent fear for the criminal like world, he has to represent hope for people as well, because he's only an instrument for fear at the beginning. He starts in one place. He's young, he's cocky, he's super angry. He's got the he's very angsty, got the thing going on that Robert Pattinson does so well. And then he learns as he goes through that he has to represent more.
But does it execute that really beyond just the thing of the guy saying I'm vengeance to him?
Yeah, it executes itself throughout the entire film. It's how he's perceived.
I think the climax is the baptism sequence,
Right.
which is really cool. I mean, it's definitely reading into it a lot, but I also love doing that with film. But it is literally what he did, because he sacrificed himself, and people think that seems stupid because it builds up to a climactic moment and he still survives. But he doesn't know if he's going to survive. He's essentially cutting the wire to fall down into water that maybe electrocutes him and kills him because he's a human, and symbolically baptizes him. When he rises up again, he helps all those people out from that what do we call it? The roughage,
Rubble.
rubble. And then brings him out, and that's when the film ends with him, like, at the end where he looks up and he's helping like little girl up and people and stuff. So to that point, yes, he starts off as, I'm just vengeance, I'm here to inspire fear, and then at the end he becomes a more hopeful individual throughout the entire 3 hours of this film, because he's dealing with Riddler, and he's always a step behind.
He's a step, but he also realizes what his
Traffic
actions. It's a beautifully long movie. Some movies are allowed to be long, and it's wonderful, and it's so good. It's a detective story, but
Dark Knight Rises.
it's also when the Riddler is telling him that he thinks Batman is his ally.
Side, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
You want, like, that's everything that Batman's been doing. This entire film has been him trying to stop this criminal,
Serial killer.
the serial killer, right? Except the serial killer, like, he is doing such a bad job of producing hope. Like, he only inspires fear, that the good people don't think he's a good person, and the bad people think he's just a different bad person after them, right? So when the serial killer looks him in the face and goes, "So glad I finally met you. Thanks for helping me so much with all of my stuff." That's character progression through the story. That's him going, "Oh, I've just been chasing this guy this entire time the wrong way."
Yeah.
Right? Because it's actually what he wanted me to do, because I'm so focused and so oblivious to the consequences of my actions, or the consequences of how I'm perceived, that I just aided and abetted a serial killer.
Yeah.
So it feels like, okay, I guess in the sense this movie feels like a growth film for, again, Batman on a Batman adventure early on. Very similar to what I said. It's not really involved in the life of Bruce Wayne, which is fine. This is a Batman movie.
I would argue that too. His relationship with Alfred evolves through the film.
Alfred was like barely in this.
Alfred was in
he
it
was.
quite a bit, almost dies, and
Is he in
they
it
have
a bit?
Yes, he's in there quite a bit.
don't remember.
He helps Bruce with numerous different puzzles. All right, and they have several poignant moments in which Bruce basically does the, like, "Get out of here, old man, you're not my father" spiel. Alfred almost dies, and then Bruce comes to him and basically reconciles, and basically he's like, "You're the only family I have left," kind of situation, which is Bruce Wayne growth.
Then they kind of did that thing with like Thomas Wayne, where it's like he's like, "Well, guess what? Your dad actually did this terrible thing," and then like in the next scene, Alfred's kind of like, "Oh no." no, don't listen to him. He's being silly. And it's like, okay. I just like, I feel like just, I get that the film does that, and I think that ending was done well, but I feel like leading up to that ending, there's not a whole lot beyond Batman on this adventure to be entertained by. And that's the thing that kind of like throws me off a little bit in comparison to maybe Begins, which is perfect. And I don't get this film being compared to Begins. That's kind of where I'm coming at. Where Begins feels like the definitive Batman beginning early story. This one doesn't feel like I would call this the definitive, like, how do I want my Batman story to start? This wouldn't have all the elements that I would want my Batman story to start with. This feels like a cool story that happened while he was Batman in the beginning, and something he learned along the way.
Yeah, and I think that it is because Begins already exists, because Begins is an origin film. It starts before he's Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman starts, he's already been Batman. So that's probably the main reason why you don't like it, because it's not an origin film, but at the same time, we didn't need another origin film. And we didn't get one for Affleck. And we're not probably going to get one for a while if there ever is a new Batman. But I think that's probably the main reason why you don't like the Batman that much. And there's nothing that any of us can really say against that, because that's just how the film is.
Yeah.
I think Batman Begins is probably the best origin film ever made. And so you just can't beat that if that's what you were looking for in a new Batman movie.
You see a lot of comparison of the two. I don't think they're compared.
I
Kind of
see
apples and oranges.
I see more comparison between the Batman and Dark Knight, because those are the two that everyone loves now.
I see comparison between the Batman and Batman '89. I think both of those films are the same thing. I think they're Batman in the beginning of his career, learning what it means to be Batman.
Yeah, well, I mean the ratings wise, like I only hear people comparing Dark Knight and Batman, but yeah,
It really is essentially an updated 89.
yeah, way better.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like that's what rewrote the wrongs the way 89 did.
Yeah, I could see that. So
It is freaking Batman, though. But they're all Batman.
Very true.
That's that even yeah.
Very true.
So are you saying you want to switch Man of Steel and the Batman?
Well, the deal was to put Man of Steel in S so we could put the Batman in A.
Yeah, you immediately sold them.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Batman is going to be an A regardless. The Batman.
Well, you had said you were going to put it as a C,
I thought it was. No, I didn't say C. I said B.
B. So I didn't know if we were going to settle on A, but I just. And then no, because you had brought up A was too littered.
A is too littered.
Yeah, so that's why you're like, let me make a deal.
Oh my gosh, we've got one more movie.
Yep, and it knows where it's going.
So let's go to that next movie.
Holy crap, dude.
Black Adam.
That's an F.
F.
That's a big
That
F.
is, out of the films I've seen, potentially the worst one on this
Dude,
list.
that's
I wish it.
rough.
I wish it could go in this category.
Bro,
Um,
that's a rough movie.
and just to add,
Have you seen it? You haven't seen it.
Whoa.
Man, save
It
yourself.
is the most, again, one of those films that you watch and you say, well, how was this made?
Yep.
How was this made,
Okay.
shown to a studio, and released?
Quick thing.
If it was in the 90s, it would have rocked, probably.
I had unexpectedly the toughest time talking in the Discord chat that I'm in because I thought it was just widely accepted or known that Black Adam is just one of the worst movies we've gotten recently.
Oh, no, crap.
And so I said Black Adam's way worse than The Flash. I would watch The Flash over Black Adam any day.
Mhm.
I was the only one that
The Flash is not good.
like believed that. Everyone else was like, no, Black Adam's way better than Flash. I'm like, there's no one. At least The Flash has Keaton. At least it has a decent superhero. At least
It has a story.
at least it has a story. Black Adam, it has a theme. It has a cool theme.
It does have a cool thing.
It's literally Book of Boba Fett. It has a cool
It's
theme.
literally
and
just
that's
them
it.
flying around him saying,
And Dr. Fate.
heroes don't kill. Heroes
just-
don't kill. Heroes don't kill.
It's the kid.
Heroes don't kill.
Kid is the worst part. of the
Wow,
entire
that is the most annoying. Bro, that's not how you do a kid, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you watch it, don't watch it. But if you do,
Tried for Terminator 2 hard.
oh man,
Not yet, Terminator 2, but also just I don't know.
everything, dude. He was just like, when he came in, I think it was like the first 7 minutes of the movie, I was like, please, please, please don't make him be the kid for the entire movie. And it's like nothing against the actor, it's just this freaking character sucks and was so
The
unnecessary.
villain was, oh my god,
one of the
dimensional as a mofo.
the most pointless villain ever. But yeah, Black Adam F tier. That's the only spot it deserves.
Yeah, Dr. Fate was awesome though.
Dr. Fate was awesome.
So what I have realized from this list is DC has kind of some of the just greatest superhero to greatest films of all time, and then pretty much like the worst superhero movies of all time, and then a very rough mid ground of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's not like, well, that one's kind of, it's more like, whoa, and then,
Yeah.
and then,
Yeah.
wild how little of range they
S tier.
and how much Batman.
It's pretty
Okay,
sad.
so yeah, I'm just gonna say quick thoughts. I think S tier would be perfect if we had the Snyder Cut and the Batman in there.
I could say right off the bat, and since A is very crowded and it would look nicer if they were stacked evenly,
Yeah.
if you you can put the Batman in S tier if John agrees with that. If
Yeah.
John doesn't, okay.
Okay. Good job.
Wait, do you think Wonder Woman's better or the Batman?
For Batman.
Okay.
Do you think the Snyder Cut's better or the Batman?
Ooh.
I really don't have an answer for that.
I would say the Batman.
The Batman.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everything else. I mean, yeah, but besides like orders of like, we didn't order these like in each
I
category.
still put Shazam as F.
Oh man, S tier would be crazy. to do in an order.
I could do it in a heartbeat.
Let's see you do it.
Want me to do it?
Yeah.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Yeah, no, bad call. He loves his.
You guys are gonna hate me.
I'm already gonna. Yep.
Well, yeah.
Ugh.
I can see this.
Boom.
Wow.
I can see this.
I can't see this.
You can't see this, really?
No.
Look, my S tier would be the Batman,
Shazam.
Dark Knight. I would put Shazam in A tier for myself personally, but I would only have 3 in my S tier. It would be
Whoa.
Dark Knight, the Batman, and I put the Suicide Squad
Whoa.
in my S tier.
That's a.
That would be it.
My
Even you get shocked.
I mean, I was gonna say Suicide Squad at least A tier, but
My S tier would be pretty much the Nolan trilogy, 89, and Superman the movie.
that's what it was.
What it was. And then in order of those, it'd probably be The Dark Knight. Is this my own personal
Yeah.
Order.
This was my order that I.
of how I enjoy these films?
Yeah.
This is gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be The Dark Knight, 89.
Let me just guess.
Yeah. Begins. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Wow.
It's like playing Plinko.
So yeah, that would be.
So you're
We can leave it like that.
only other. I mean, unless you want to, you're good, right? You don't really want to. You don't.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
You're good?
Well, I mean, if I really,
I have some thoughts about A and B tiers.
if I really
but-
did, like, I would put, I put Shazam at F. I would put Wonder Woman 84 at F.
You're the only one who saw Wonder Woman 84.
I know, whatever.
Yeah, you were the only one that gave an opinion on it.
But now,
Why don't you move it
movies are
to,
here.
why
Yeah.
don't you move it to F?
Is it really
let's
worse?
move it to F.
I guess it
Oh.
could be in the front.
Okay, he's moving it to S. F.
Yes.
I wish I Shazam too.
Yeah, no, Shazam. But we gotta leave it in C. That's good.
Yeah.
That looks a lot better.
I do think, not that we have to change it or anything, but I do think these two films deserve to be an A.
I think Suicide Squad should be in C.
I could see
That's
that.
crazy.
I thought
It was enjoyable.
It's enjoyable, but I could never probably watch it.
You wouldn't see me watch it.
But like Requiem for a Dream, never want to watch it again.
I could show somebody
But it
that
was a
movie
great
and feel like I could watch that again. If it's like, oh, you haven't seen that, I could show you that.
You know what's funny is that I see that actually because for me, like it's one of those movies that after you watch it, after you watch you don't want to watch it again. But when you want to show somebody else,
Yep.
you're okay with
That's
that.
when things start getting interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's
I don't know. I could easily. Hate me if you want. Boom. That's where it goes.
Oh, wow.
you serious?
I
S?
I would put it in freaking S. I would put I would put Snyder Cut in S too. Suicide Squad, I think
Not
probably
A, not like a high A for BVS.
I mean, it could be a high A, but it would have to be right there. And this one too, I think that deserves at least A, but I could also be B. Everything else is pretty good though. I think,
Now-
in my opinion.
Yeah, we don't have to do A ranking because I think
No, it's just too much.
yeah, but I think that we have that is a collective decision made. That was a lot of opinions thrown, a lot of things stated.
I'd say.
The last film I thought we were going to talk about the most was the Batman.
Basically, we love Batman, and Superman has a lot of
close
potential to have a great film. He just doesn't always land it. But 4 times
Yeah,
four
like-
times there. That's pretty good.
He's in the Snyder Cut 5 times.
So yeah, okay, so yeah. That was our DC tiers and tiers list. There were tears shed, not really, but they're metaphorically. There
was some anger.
There was some anger. There were some tears.
Shock.
Griffin loves Shazam. Now, we'll do more of these down the road. But until next time, please comment below what your favorite DC movie is. Tell us how we're wrong. Tell us how The Dark Knight is overrated. Give us the normal stuff.
Please tell us that. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
It's one of my most fun things to respond to.
It's amazing to hear how much. You know what's getting really The Dark Knight being overrated is getting overstated. Boom.
Wow.
Dark Knight being overrated is getting overstated.
That's a tattoo right
It's
there.
getting more interesting to say The Dark Knight is the best.
To say it's bad.
Yes.
Just like the echo. It's cool to say it's good.
So
Not in your case though.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You aren't riding it like other people are.
Fair enough.
we will see you guys next time to talk more about Batman, probably. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.